Racing. I'm K1907, your lead commentator for this event. I'm actually hold on. I can hear you such a bad echo through my mic. Give me a second. There we go. Just give me him just a little bit. I'll get him back. Anyway, I'm K1907, your lead commentator for this event, and this time we are racing at the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian Grand Prix. This track is also known to be one of the shortest tracks on the modern calendar, and also being one of the fewest corners of any racetrack on the calendar. Only 10 turns, and also a total distance of just over 2.5 miles. More specifically, 2.6 miles. It has 3 DRS zones, one at the exit of turn 1 lean at the exit of Niki Lauda curve into turn 3. The other one at the exit of turn 3 lean up towards the back straightaway of turn 4. And then the other one at the exit of the final corner lean down the main straightaway. Ideally, turn 3, turn 4 are going to be the more likely overtaking spots here on the circuit. But qualifying here will be quite important in some ways, because this is also going to be the very first sprint round for the Golden Class Championship. So yeah, basically how this is going to work, it's just basically how it is in real life. The order is based off of qualifying from this session, and after that we will follow that up with the sprint race, and whatever order that is from that race will be the order for the main race. The top 8 will score points in the sprints, the max being 8 points, and of course the minimum being only 1 if you've obviously finished in 8th place. And then to the main race, top 10 score points, pretty much as normal F1 point scoring system. Now, before we go fully focusing onto qualifying here, there's a bit of news to go through, and there is no incidents reports actually that came through at Silverstone. So that's very good to see. No incidents were reported. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, currently it's Remsley that's leading the way on 88 points, followed by GTR Lion in second on 83 points. Top 2 occupied by the 2 Alpine drivers who have been currently on form. In third is Raikkonen with 64 points, followed by in fourth, which is still myself, with 51 points, followed by Whisper in 5th with 40, Segrist in 6th with 34, Ben Swerven in 7th with 32, Rockstar in 8th with Rizzy, also tied with him with 29 points, and then J&B rounds it off with 25. The Constructors' Championship, like I mentioned a little bit there, Alpine are pretty much in cruise control in the Constructors' Championship on 171 points, followed by Williams in second with 81, Haas are in third with 75, McLaren are in sixth with 66, or fourth with 66, sorry. In fifth is Alfa Romeo with 54, Aston Martin in sixth with 51, and Ferrari in 7th with 41, Red Bull in 8th with 30, AlphaTauri in 9th with 8, and Mercedes rounds it all off with 6 points. And I just got a weather report as well from Sir Charles. It is going to be a rain in the sprints. Well, at least that's what he thinks. So we'll keep our tabs on that. Alright, so let me go ahead and pause it. Because I know he went off just a little quick, but I just can hear my echo. Let's see if he's there. Anyway, I can now introduce my co-commentator. Checking. We are checking. So yeah, very first. Hello. Yes. Sorry, I had to mute you just for a second because I kept hearing my echo through my headset because it was kind of distracting me a little bit, in some sense. But yeah, very first sprint race here, TCR. What do you make of the Red Bull Ring, and how do you think this will go out? Yeah, absolutely. Already got a few times already into the 104 range. 104.592 from Whisper. Camden's done a 105.9. 104.9, I should say. That's a very nice time, actually, from Camden. seems like he's getting better and better as we go along. Ryken in third with a 4.9. Cakes with a 5.3. Oh, hello, there's rain. I think that just came. Just want to let you know, apparently in the chat they said that they can't hear you, so you might need to share your audio. Real quick. No worries. But no, what he was trying to refer to, if you did not hear that, is that, yeah, of course, since it's starting to rain, this probably will be the critical time to set lap times, as you can see, yeah, there are rain droplets coming down. So, yeah. Whatever times people are setting, I'm gonna guess this is gonna be qualifying pretty much done and dusted. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna see any more times coming through. Swervin and Charles, they did not even set lap times, so they're gonna have to start from the back, it seems. If you're all good, you see if you can try again. I'm just looking through YouTube real quick. My stream, the YouTube part's a little bit behind, so sorry if I'm a bit behind on that. I still can't hear you. Unfortunately, there.
Let's try that again. So I have share my voice set to allow. Let's see if that works now.
Yeah. Yeah, because Luca was saying, Kaluka was saying that he can't hear you.
Mic check, sound check. Audio check.
Hang on.
Audio check, shared audio check.
Yep, you're good. You're good.
All right.
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, the rain is starting to fall down, as you can see, but it's not really in a position to be intermediate conditions. So, yeah, the drivers will have to see if they can get lap times as quick as they can. Well, at least see if they can try to improve. I'm going to run along with Whisper, see if he can improve. He is currently our pole sitter with a 104.5 as he makes his way down towards turn 3. Let's see what the clock says for Whisper. Does he find time? No, he does not. He's down by just over 2/10.
And this will be critical for Ben Swervin. Let's go ahead and see what he's able to put down. He's on his outlap. It'll be crucial. I mean, will he even be able to improve on, let's say, Sir Charles?
That's probably the
or
best
will he be destined to be P13 now?
I mean, that's probably the best he can hope for, really. It's just to get ahead of either Rizzy or Giggle, I probably would say, would be the best thing he could do. Because it's damp, but I don't think it's in a position to, like, let's say, him not set at least a decent somewhat time. Let's see what he does here. First sector coming up, opens DRS up towards the first split. 16.7, yeah, that's not very competitive.
No. And he has a little bit of a moment there trying to put traction down. Coming out of, what is that, turn 3?
Mm.
Coming into the braking zone of turn 4.
Rizzy is done for the session. He's retired in the pits.
See, Rizzy's done. Maybe he realizes that he's unable to improve. I'm not sure if he sustained damage. Or what happened.
No, I think he's just since it's pretty much just the point where it's just raining. It's just like, yeah, there's no point in really going out. Swerving, I don't think he's gonna get close to what Sir Charles did. Let's see, to the line, since I'm 107.5.
Yeah, 107.5. Yeah. So at this point, qualifying is pretty much done and dusted. His times are set, and nobody's going to be able to improve.
Bit of an anticlimactic qualifying session. Nothing too much happening except for just the first laps, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're seeing here. I guess at this point, the only other thing that you could really gain from qualifying is maybe you throw on the inters and try to get a feel for the wet conditions, especially considering that the sprint is going to be wet, is the intel that you received.
Mm-hmm.
That may be the only thing that you could do at this point.
Probably. I mean, you could try to utilize your setup and see what you can do. But,
yeah.
No one really is going out on the inters. Everyone's just all going, either coming in or just about to go into pit lane. Kluka is on the intermediate tire though, so maybe he wants to give it a go. See what he can do, I guess.
Just to at least, give it a feel.
Yeah, he's not out about. Ooh, Segrist is spun. Yeah, that's a pit entry.
And so from the information that you received, the sprint should be potentially wet, but the race is going to be dry. Is that correct?
Well, Sir Charles wasn't really sure because of knowing the weather system in this game. We don't know if this is really legit, like going to be rain the entire way. I just know there will be rain. I just don't know for how long.
I see.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. Pretty much at the time being.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, it's almost good that we do have the sprint, especially for people like Ben Swervin who weren't able to set a competitive lap time, because it does almost give them a second chance at moving up the grid for the main event. And then I guess the other factor is what type of setup is everybody running. I mean, it seems like at least the front runners are running a dry setup, considering the type of lap times that a lot of the people were able to put down in dry conditions, especially the guys with like 104.5s, the sub 5 guys. They're most likely running full dry setups, but some of the guys running high 5s, maybe they opted for a higher downforce setup, maybe in anticipation of the rain.
Probably, it could be that. I mean, you also have to remember too, in the sprint format, Codemasters implement like a simulation how a sprint weekend would be. So if you don't, so for anyone that maybe is new to this, so basically in a sprint weekend, well, I'm not talking about that sprint shootout nonsense that they do right now this year, but like for the last couple of years, basically you would have the first practice session, then you would have the qualifying, then another practice session, then the sprint. So there's not really much track rubber being laid out. Basically, you basically would have to depend on the track evolution towards the end to help you out to get a very fast competitive time.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's coming out. It doesn't look like they want to bother even come out and. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it looks like someone might be coming out here.
I know who it is. It's Luca, isn't it? It's a Williams. Yeah, it is.
And let's see what tire he's coming out on.
That's inters for sure.
He's coming out on the inters.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Maybe just getting a feel for the track. Kluka, a regular member of the silver class, making a cameo appearance in the gold class. Be curious to see what he's able to do for us today. Yesterday, he did manage to pull off a win in silver, so excited to see what he's able to do here in gold. As we see, he has a little bit of a lock up there, maybe a little bit of tire temperature he's looking for there in the inter.
Yep,
As we see GTR line go ahead and retire.
Yeah, no point of even trying to go further into the race, or qualifying, I should say. I guess we can see what he does, I suppose. Has he run no ABS before?
I'm not aware of what assists he normally runs.
Also, DRS is not disabled, I just noticed. Because his rear right was open.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that. I did notice that he has the DRS tone there.
Let's see here. Up towards now turn 3. He set a 17.2. Obviously, he will not beat his current lap time. That's the lap he set in the dry. Yeah, very interesting how the DRS is still enabled.
Yeah. He has a little bit of a lock up there going into turn 4.
Oh, in a moment, now turn 5.
Yeah. Conditions do seem to be a little bit perilous right now.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not really pouring, but it's there. Well, he's got the final couple of corners to negotiate. We'll see what time he can set, I guess. In his first run in the intermediates. Now the final turn. Hope he uses the curve. Crosses the start-finish line with the DRS. 11.3 from Kluka. Does anyone want to bother coming out? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, hang on. We got a ticker now. Now DRS is disabled.
Yeah. Race control thinks that conditions have deteriorated a little bit more.
I guess that's fair enough.
As we see the fog start to roll in over the Styrian Mountains.
Yes, there's quite a bit of fog. Especially on the right hand side, I can see. It's usually worse though if it's at Spa because of how much elevation there is. There's a lot more elevation compared to this place.
Yeah. And I hear at Spa the drainage is a lot worse too. So if you have rain, it tends to just flood. Whereas I'm actually not really sure about Red Bull Ring, but like they were saying, for example, at Zandvoort, like when it was raining recently, that's why they were able to continue so much faster. Is that the amount of water that was able to drain off the track was a lot better.
I probably would have thought it'd be the opposite though, because I mean, Red Bull Ring's drainage system isn't too bad, but yeah, I know like Spa had some issues with that, particularly at Eau Rouge and Radeon. They had a little bit of issues with the drainage system, like it looked like big old puddles.
Yeah.
I do remember that, but well, we got 20 seconds on the clock. Only 2 drivers on a track. That's Kluka and Segrist, who's on a lap as well, trying to get some use into these intermediate conditions.
Yeah,
will be the
trying to get some good intel.
Yep. It will be the last laps, of course. And there you go. The clock is at 0. Checker flag is waving, so this will be Kluka's final lap. Let's see what he does as he crosses the line out of curiosity. Up to the line, we'll set a 1 minute 11.2. And Segrist has invalidated his lap time, so he will not obviously set a lap at all.
Oh.
Well, he won't do it at all because he bangs himself into the wall.
And that'll be a lot of work for the mechanics in the garage at McLaren as Segrist puts the car in the wall at the end of qualifying, so they'll have a lot of work to do before the sprint race coming up here shortly.
Yep.
Unfortunate for Segrist, but he'll be back ready to go shortly here.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, Westboro will be on pole, Lyon second, Remsley third. Camden, Raikkonen not back qualifying from both Alpine and Haas. McLaren of Segrist is in 6th, followed by Cakes. Rockstar, Giggle, Rizzi, Kluka, Sir Charles, and Ben Swerven. Only one lap they did. One lap. That's
one
it.
lap, and that's all they had time for before the rain started coming down. And we'll see what the weather's like for the sprint here. But if the qualifying was any telltale sign, and we have another wet sprint, excitement's just around the corner.
Oh, well, it's dry. I don't see any clouds and mist. Unless they say the rain is coming in the end, I doubt it will come in the sprint.
Especially considering how short the sprint is, there may not be enough time for the weather to change that much.
Yeah. And there's only 12 laps for the sprint. And also to keep in mind, no tire changes. The 2-tire compound rule is not enabled in this, so it's just pretty much a sprint to the flag.
I'll be curious to see what tires everybody chooses. If anybody opts for an off-strategy choice, maybe somebody opts to go for the soft, a little bit stronger pace towards the beginning and fall off towards the end.
Well, I guess we're about to find out in a few moments. But I think the best tire for you to go on is the medium tire. It seems like the most common tire that anyone will go to is the mediums.
Absolutely. I think the medium is the best choice. Definitely.
But yeah, like you said, if they go to the soft tire, they'll have better pace for the start of it. But they gotta hope that that tire will hold on at least for the entirety of the race, because it'll fall off.
Yeah. I think over the full sprint distance, it's definitely not the best choice. I don't think there is much difference between the medium and the hard, though. Although I think that the medium definitely, considering that the sprint is only 12 laps, I think that the medium is the best choice. Maybe just not enough upside going with the hard. But we shall see here shortly what everybody opts to go with. Maybe there could be a benefit with the soft if there's a safety car. I mean, if you're betting on a safety car coming out, just the fact that you could spend some laps behind a safety car. It seems like everybody opted for the medium.
Yeah, I think you are right, and no, not everybody. Kluka and Sir Charles are the only ones on the softs.
Oh, I guess people did opt for the soft.
Yeah. Well, I guess in their position, why not? Just see what you can do.
Might as well, yeah.
See if you can gain a few places and whatnot. But yep, everyone else, as you can see, is on the medium tire. So yeah, we'll run you through the order real quickly. Whisper on pole, followed by Line, Remsley, Camden, Raikkonen, Segrist, Cakes, Rockstar, Giggle, Rizzi, Kluka, Sir Charles, and Ben. That's it. 13 cars for this field.
And if you had to pick a winner for the sprint, who would you go with?
I put my money either on one of the Alpines, probably mostly Remsley.
Okay. I am going to go with Raikkonen.
Raikkonen, all right, at 5th.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know, I think the DRS is powerful around here. I've liked his pace at the past couple tracks that I've seen him race at. And I think it's really easy to pass around here, and I think I'm going to go with Raikkonen. Yeah.
All right. Well, the only thing that he has to do is not get caught in a DRS train, because that is a common thing around.
You're right.
Austria.
You're absolutely right about that. All right. I think we have someone in the grass.
We do. Who is that? That's a Williams.
Is that Kluka?
It was
Kluka.
Kluka. Yep. Oh, 2 cars have been disqualified. Both Alfa Romeos have been disqualified from the formation lap.
As we get everybody lined up.
Yep. Well, I guess we'll be on 4 because that gives you a really outboard camera. But anyway, 10 red lights on board with Line, for the sprint, and we're underway here for the sprint race here in Austria. Nice start there from GTM Whisper, and a nice start as well from the Alpine of GTR Lion. And Luca to the inside, he's up to third place. Nice start by the Haas driver as they make their way up to turn 3. Single file looks like for the most part. Up and over the crest. Luca looking for another spot here against another Alpine, can't find a way by, and then down the inside Segrist and the McLaren trying to get by Raikkonen into turn 3. I know these two have had some confrontations in the past. Well, they have a confrontation here, side by side between Remsley and Luca, side by side between Raikkonen and Segrist. They're still wheel to wheel after turn 4. But I think like Remsley gets ahead, and I think Raikkonen will also get ahead of the McLaren.
Absolutely, as we have Camden following closely behind Remsley, as they had just gone wheel to wheel there, as we following them into sector 3 here as they're about to complete lap 1. We have GTM Whisper followed by GTR Lion, Remsley, Camden, Luca, FFR, Raikkonen, Segrist, and then Rockstar, as it seems like everybody is able to get cleanly through lap 1.
Yeah, controlled start. Nothing too serious from what it seems. Well, almost there. There's one of the Alphas at a moment there. I just saw that turn 1. No DRS, of course. They'll be enabled in the next lap. As you see the cars just going up the hill at turn 3.
Absolutely, as we have everybody about to enter into Sector 2, entry into Turn 4 here, downhill entry, slightly off camber. The turn tries to get away from you if you're not careful on the brakes here. Remsley and GTR Lion following carefully right behind GTR Whisper. Seems like we have a procession starting to form here. Everybody kind of using their battery somewhat carefully in anticipation of DRS being enabled. Seems like people are pretty cognizant that this is the sprint race and maybe being careful in anticipation of the actual race, maybe saving some of their more ambitious moves for the race. As we have to be cognizant of FFR Raikkonen potentially falling out of DRS of Camden, who has found significant pace over the past couple races. Very impressive.
It is quite impressive indeed. Lion, though, down the inside into turn 3 of Whisper. Oh, but Whisper gets the better traction at the exit of turn 3, but doesn't have the DRS. The Alpine has the DRS, so he'll counter that back. And he should be able to get by. Why do I have a nose cone camera? Oh, and a bit of a rear locking there from Lion, but he gets through. He's now into the race lead. As you saw as well a little while ago, Sir Charles did pit for damage, unfortunately, so you'll need a safety car if he wants to somewhat get back into this race.
Absolutely, as we see GTR Lion now in the lead of the race. He's able to make that pass safely under DRS, as we see Camden now in P4 is able to claw his way up from being almost a second back. FFR Raikkonen in danger of falling out of DRS, about 0.8 of a second back.
I think Whisper, will he line up a move? He's got a little bit of barrier to play with. Same with Lion. It looks like he's going to go for it here. Oh, not quite close enough. Oh, as checking's left. Is he still in the... Hang on. Do you need an invite? Oh, never mind. He's having connection issues, so I'll try to keep going as best I can. Anyway, there you saw there, Whisper is now overtaken Lion there. That it was at turn 4. Oh, well, there you go. Yep, I just saw there, checking has left the party. Hopefully he'll be able to join back. If I'll just try to keep my eyes on the action as best I can. But meanwhile, though, as you can see, Whisper is leading the way. He's 4/10 ahead of Lion. Meanwhile, Remsley about 3.5 tenths behind his teammate as they make their way around the final corner. Back onto the main straightaway as Whisper sets the fastest lap with a 106.369. Up towards turn 1 to the Nicky Lauda curve as Sir Charles gets himself a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. And Lion, I think, will go for it again here at turn 3. Seems like he will, and he does. Oh, Whisper trying to fight. Gets a bit squirrely on the exit of turn 3, but he will get DRS And that's also going to leave him a bit vulnerable to his teammate there, Lion, because Ramsey will follow. Oh, lock up again from the Alpine. Oh, and a slight contact. A little bit of contact there between the two. Thankfully, nothing bad. But Camden, though, yeah, he is doing absolutely good so far. He is actually shown that he's got some good race pace. It seems like he's definitely improved, very much so. But yeah, Raikkonen, though, he is losing touch to his teammate, about a second behind. He doesn't want to fall out of that DRS range if he wants to stay within the top 4. And unfortunately, he is outside of that. But he is outside of it for now. But he will get it back down towards the second DRS straight, heading up towards turn 3. Meanwhile, though, here comes Remsley. Inside move into turn 3. Should be straightforward, I think. Oh, not quite. I thought it would be, but no. Whisper hangs it around the outside, and he had the best traction out of the whole lot. Really got a good exit out of turn 3. Now Lion will go ahead of his teammate. Rockstar will overtake Raikkonen into turn 4. There is contact, more contact between the two cars as Rockstar goes through the British driver, gain ahead of the German into P5. Meanwhile, though, we're on lap 6 of 12. 7 more laps to go in the sprint. I'm going to check real quick on Discord and see if checking said anything. Oh, he did DC. Alright. Fair enough. So, we'll wait and see if he can rejoin. Meanwhile, though, I'll keep my eyes on the action. We'll see if he can get back in for the main race. Down the second DRS straight towards turn 3. Whisper trying to defend against Line. Well, it seems like a pretty much a choreographic move, pretty much. Again, it's an inside move, but again, Whisper. How much traction does he need? Look at that. He literally had all the traction in the world, even just to pull away from Line by a couple of tenths. Ramsey goes through up to second, but Whisper gets so good traction at the exit of turn 3 there. It's just absolutely great what he's doing there at the exit of that corner. You don't often see that, but yeah, no, Whisper has got that nailed down. Great defending as well. Yellows. Oh, hello, that's Segrist that's spun. Exit of turn 8. He'll get the car pointed in the right direction. He drops all the way down to 12th. No damage, I don't think, from what I can tell on the McLaren. But a very unfortunate incident. Like I said, he'll need a safety car to get back in this race, like Sir Charles is down in last. 34 seconds behind the next car. Oh, jeez, Remsley was looking left, so he looked right, but cannot find a way by. DRS again open there for Remsley. He does have a fair chunk of battery. Same with Whisper. Lion, though, kind of doing what he does best in saving battery. Meanwhile, the Rockstar trying to go down the inside of the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin was trying to overtake the Haas, I should say, into turn 4. Does not succeed, as now there's checking. He's now rejoined. So yeah, we'll be able to join back, hopefully, in the commentary box. Meanwhile, though, the top 2 have actually pulled away from Line. It's now 1 second between Lion and Remsley. So Lion is in a bit of trouble here. He needs to use that battery to close back up. Meanwhile, though, Remsley not quite close enough to attack Whisper into turn 1. But doesn't need to do that. He needs to get him at turn 3, which he'll try. Oh, I did see a lift there, so he is playing a bit of mind games. Rockstar down the inside of Camden Luca. He's up now into 4th, ahead of the Haas car. Next target for him will be GTR Line, as Whisper is now being overtaken by the other Alpine of Remsley down the inside. A little bit of contact. Remsley has a bit of a wiggle, but he gets through up into the lead of the race. Hang on. I'll join his party real quick. Alright, just saw that. There we go.
Apologize for that.
That's okay.
Experienced some disconnectivity there. As I'm back with you, it seems like Remsley's in the lead here, with GTM Whisper shortly behind.
Yeah, it's been a bit back and forth between the Alpines, and Rockstar's actually climbed up a few places as well. He's up to 4th. And I think Raikkonen's going to go for a move here on his teammate down the inside of turn 3. And yeah, he does. So, yeah, pretty much Whisper just trying to keep in tabs. I think the one thing he needs to do is just wait till the final lap and then go for it. He's got enough pace to hold on. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's his teammate. That's fun. That's Giggle at turn 3.
That's unfortunate now as we see Giggle down to P12 with Sir Charles bringing up the rear there, significantly behind in P13. Yeah, but I definitely agree with you. GTM Whisper should wait till the very end there and then make that final. Oh, as GTM Whisper picks up a penalty, that'll significantly hurt his chances of winning this sprint. Although, you know, he is in a very good position to win the race, though, starting from P2, and that definitely doesn't hamper his chances of winning the entire event, starting from P2 on the grid.
Well, he's going to go for it down the inside of 3. Well, into 2, I should say. Segrist gets through. Or, Segrist gets through. No, I meant to say Segrist got a penalty. That Whisper goes through. He's now into the lead. But, no, he's got that penalty that will hamper him in the sprint. But unfortunately, that will also hamper his position for the main race. As Remsley overshoots the corner there at turn 4. Nearly got passed by his teammate. And more yellow
Absolutely.
flags.
As GTM Whisper's only chance at this point is to try and build as much of a gap as possible, because 3 seconds will really put him significantly down the order if he doesn't finish with a significant gap at this point. He may finish as far down as P5 or P6, considering how close this DRS train is to him at this point in time.
No, that's true. I think he would be in 5th. According to the leader gap, it is 3.2 seconds between Whisper and Raikkonen. So yeah, he would most likely finish down that position.
Yeah, so that is a huge blow to him at this point, but it will be a long race as we see him going into turn 2. And it seems like Remsley's recognizing the penalty on GTM Whisper at this point. As Remsley goes for a move.
Jeez, that's a late block. That's a huge block there as Remsley goes off. Oh my!
And that's a huge detriment to his race as we see Remsley in the gravel and GTR Lion is now in P2. That was a significant move under braking, and that will definitely be brought to the steward's attention unless Remsley has a change of heart between now and whenever he may or may not decide to submit that penalty.
Yeah, because that was quite late. So it was going to look like Remsley will win it, but Whisper will cross the line first, but it won't be him. It'll be Lion that will win the sprint. Rockstar second and Raikkonen third.
As we see FFR Raikkonen bring up the top 3 there with Remsley bringing up P4, Camden Luca P5. GTM Whisper falls all the way down to P6 with that penalty. FND Cakes P7, Ben Swerve in P8, C Rizzy P9, Kluka P10, You Having a Giggle P11, Sir Charles P12, Segrist DNF.
Yep. Not a bad race though from Kluka, though. I'll give him that for his first race in Golden Class.
Absolutely not, especially considering that he went out on the soft tire.
Yeah, great race though from Lion.
This is an interesting driver of the day picture.
Yeah, from Rockstar.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing that the other consideration that I have in regards to Whisper is with that 3-second time penalty, why do you fight that hard? You know, because you're not going to get P1 anyways. Do you want to put somebody in the gravel like that? Is it worth it?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, there's two ways it could have been. Like, yeah, Whisper shouldn't have moved on to braking, but also Remsley could have just stayed back and just followed him. He didn't need to fight him as well.
You're right about that. But at the same time, if you're Remsley and you elect not to fight him, do you not also put yourself at risk from a move from behind?
I mean, he was a little further ahead of line, if I'm correct, so I don't think he would have been totally at risk.
That's true, and the other thing is that's also your teammate, so maybe you also expect Lion to have a little bit of restraint as well.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we do have cloudy conditions for this race, so maybe we will see some rain afoot.
That's very true here.
Mm.
The potential for rain definitely looks like it could be on the horizon for this one. And kind of harking back to what you were saying previously with the weather forecasts in this game is that they're not always 100% accurate. So based on the intel that we had received earlier, there definitely could be some rain.
Is the weather on approximate or perfect? Out of curiosity for TCR.
It's on approximate.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you could have it could be cloudy right now, but it could tell you that, but it probably won't be that entire way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it could be, rain at some point as well.
Yeah. Even if it was just cloudy, for example, like the rain could just develop out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. Well, if the rain does come early, do we see people go to the soft tire first? Just see what they can do and gain some spots, or could they go for a longer strat, and if the rain does come later, maybe start on the hards, carry them till the rain starts, or do you go to the mediums and pray the rain comes a little bit halfway?
Yeah, I guess that would all just depend on maybe what they're seeing on the forecast.
Mm.
If the rain wasn't projected to come until later, maybe see some guys starting on that hard tire, trying to carry them all the way until the rain.
Right.
Pit for the inner at that point.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see, I guess.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think that'll be the key giveaway is if we do see a lot of guys come out on the hard tire to start. I think that'll be a giveaway that maybe there was rain on the projection for the race.
Yeah, perhaps.
But yeah, we are currently waiting here on the grid, waiting for people to set their strategies for the race, as well as finalizing some minute changes on the setup as we're getting underway for the formation laps. It seems like we have some variations in the tire selections. Some people on the mediums, some on the hards.
Majority on the hards, it seems. I think
yeah.
From what I could see, I think we have 6 on the hards and about 5 on the mediums and only 2 on the softs.
Yeah, GTM Whisper as well as Ben Swervin on the soft. And just for everybody out there watching, the Pirelli tire selection for this weekend are the C5, the C4, and the C3. With that C5 just seeming to really get away from you very quickly. Not really a very robust race tire.
Yeah, it's the softest. Also being the softest tire in Pirelli's range.
Yeah, doesn't really seem to hold on very well, and definitely understand it not being a very popular tire out there, especially for the race.
It's good for quality, but it ain't good for the race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, alright, so Lions on the mediums, Rockstar on the mediums. Just to regroup and see who's on what. As you did mention, the drivers on the softs. Raikkonen's on hards, Remsley on mediums, Camden on the hards, same with Cakes, then Enrizi, Kluka, Giggle. And then at the back, Sir Charles Segrist are also on the medium compound tire.
And it didn't seem like there'd be doesn't seem like there's too much of a difference between the medium and the hard. I guess we'll see during the race, but it didn't seem like that from yesterday's race.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you there. But anyway, we got all the cars lined up, ready to race. 10 red lights in front of us. And we are underway once again here at Austria for the main race, and this time Lion gets a decent start. Look at though the Ferrari of Whisper down the inside. Oh, he's making 3 abreast into turn 1. Had to cut the corner, and I think off the track there was, I think Camden Luca was the one that went off the track as they make their way up towards turn 3. There's Swervin. Oh my god, a huge send there from the McLaren. A bump as well from the Ferrari. Oh my goodness, that could have been completely disastrous. I do not know how no one got damaged from that, but thankfully they got away with it. But that was a massive 7 bend Swervin, and Whisper again looking inside, this time on Camden, and I think he should have the better grip. Yes, because he's on the soft tire, in fair credit, but yeah, that could have been quite disastrous.
As I'm beginning to see a few raindrops coming down into Sector 1. Yeah, absolutely. So
I don't see anything yet.
That may have just been on my screen, potentially. But had that been accurate, could we have seen the soft runners here come out on top? Or it might have just been the refraction off of the fence post there. Regardless, it looks like GTR Lion sets the fastest lap as he's under attack by Rockstar, and we see Rockstar take the lead of the race.
Yeah,
going down into turn 3.
Yeah, before they even got to the corner as well. Segrist overtakes Giggle there for 11th, but yeah. I don't see any raindrops just quite yet, but we'll keep our eyes on it. We do think that the rain is imminent. And then, of course...
Yes, I stand corrected on the raindrops there.
Yeah.
My apologies. As we see Rockstar take the lead of the race, followed by GTR Lion and FFR Raikkonen bringing up P3, followed by Remsley.
Yep, as they make their way around the penultimate corner, then the final turn, and DRS will be enabled on lap 3.
Absolutely, as we are starting to see some gaps form here. Looks like a little bit of a gap is forming behind GTM Whisper. A little bit of a second gap there to Camden. And it looks like a little bit of a move is being taken by Remsley there. As we see GTM Whisper trying to fake a move there going into turn 3.
Doesn't really have the power. He had really good traction from when I was watching him in the sprint at turn 3. And look at him, he's got contact. There's a bit of a bunch.
A little bit of a rub, yeah. As he makes his way past there. Yes, we see GTM Whisper make his way past Ben Swervin there, and I think that especially in these early stages that it will be critical for the soft runners to make up as many places as they can prior to the crossover on the hard and medium runners. Try to get as ahead as they can, get as much position as they can before those softs really die out.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Lion right behind the SMR. I did see there his flap there closed. He doesn't want to go for anything just quite yet. Because someone that does. Cakes overtakes Camden Luca at turn 1 for 7th place. Yeah, he wanted to wait until turn 3 to go for it, which is exactly what he's doing. Ooh, that's a bit touch and go.
Just slightly as they go wheel to wheel there. It seems like he was unable to make the move stick. It seems like Rockstar does have a pretty good minimum speed there going into turn 3 as GTR Lion is able to get the move done there going into turn 4. Rockstar is able to just tuck right in there. Maybe just tuck right in and get a little bit of DRS, save some ERS for the upcoming laps.
He's also low on battery. Hang on. Oh, he's got 76. What does it say he has 5%? Game, come on.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, I had an onboard shot of Rockstar. It showed like his battery was so low, and that low, and he was using it while he was going through the corners. Oh, I love Codemasters so much.
Yeah, great company.
Yeah, absolutely. Great rally games, but they're not great at Formula 1 games, it seems.
Not quite. As we see a little bit more of a battle here going back down into turn 3. This is a very popular corner for battling, it seems, as we see GTM Whisper try to go down the inside on FFR Raikkonen, unable to make the move stick there. They both have their DRS wings open, going down into turn 4.
And he's going to send it in. Oh, that's close. Contact him into the wall! Into the walls, Whisper and Raikkonen. They are both out.
They're both in the wall. Safety car deployed.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's unfortunate. It looks like GTM Whisper is out of the race. FFR Raikkonen has lost his front wing, and we have a safety car out. And who do you think that this will favor? I think that this, with 5 laps, I don't think you can go to the end here. What do you think?
You could try to see if you want a gap. Oh,
yeah,
Swerve.
maybe the medium runners.
Well, no one's
The
pitting.
soft runners. If you're a soft runner, you maybe come in on the hards.
Well, Swerve did think at one point, because I saw he was thinking about going in, but then he's like, no, I'm not going in. I'm staying out for another lap. Raikkonen, though, understandably has to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's on the back foot as well.
Yeah. And because if you're Raikkonen, you can't put on a set of hards here. You have to put. He goes for the soft tire, so he's elected to go for a 2-stop strategy here. It seems like everybody's elected to stay out. It seems to be an inopportune time for a safety car for pretty much everybody out there. Doesn't really seem to favor anybody at this point.
Not really. But, I guess for Raikkonen, he could try to go back onto the hards and maybe go to the end from there if he can. But he's been on those tires but he was on those hards for 5 laps. As Giggle gets a drive-through penalty for falling too far back.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Giggle. That is a... Well, it's hard to say it's a race-ruining penalty because anything can happen, but it's definitely a tough one to take.
It's a very tough one, and you'll lose a lot of time.
Yeah, you definitely will lose a lot of time with a drive-through penalty.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, if you want to know why you got that penalty, it's basically you have to be within 10 lengths of the next car in front. If you're not, well, you will get a drive-through.
Yeah, especially considering you could be doing that for team purposes, playing strategy, doing things like that. They don't really look too kindly on things like that.
No. Not at all. And Whisper understandably has left the session. I don't blame him for that.
No.
But
and GTM Whisper is, for the amount of time that we saw him driving, he was racing really hard, and I do give him credit for the way he was driving up until the crash. He was driving very, very aggressively and making up places and battling hard.
Yep. But
just did not end well.
No. It pretty much just ended up with him in the barriers along with Raikkonen. And somehow he didn't end up having his tire fall off, and ended up being Whisper's tire falling off.
Yeah, exactly. And that move, and I guess, the move prior in sprint that put Remsley in the gravel, I guess it was only a matter of time before something came up that ended with some type of incident or crash.
Well, Rockstar will get going again as he's leading the field. We'll be back on the green as he crosses the start-finish line, which he's doing right about now as he's completely bunched up the field at the back. Some action here side by side.
A very Valtteri Bottas-esque restart there. Almost resulted in a total airplane crash behind, but we see GTR Lion come in and attack going into turn 2 here. Rockstar seems to handle that well and get away cleanly as we see both of the Alpines try and come in and attack. We see GTR Lion on the outside followed by Remsley going into turn 3, downhill, reverse camber. Around the outside goes GTR Lion followed by Remsley. Remsley's trying to stick his nose in on Rockstar, is unable to. Rockstar's using a little bit of ERS there, gets away clean as we see the rest of the field come in behind. Wheel to wheel goes Rockstar as well as Remsley. Sir Charles is bringing up the pack right behind as well. GTR Lions leading, followed by Rockstar, followed by Remsley as we go right into turn 10. Coming onto the main straight here.
Giggle's gone in as well. He must have suffered some damage there somewhere on that restart, I believe. No DRS enabled yet. That will be enabled on the next lap. But Lion right now, 7/10 of a margin between himself and Rockstar. Remsley not too far behind. This was the podium last week, if you remember, at Silverstone, although it was the other Alpine that was leading of Remsley. And he led that by by a healthy margin. 19 seconds he won that race, if I remember correctly. Just had a pure pace.
That was incredible pace, absolutely. And GTR Lion is managing this race fairly well, seems to be managing his battery well, especially considering that he's leading from out front. Typically, the leader of the race has a little bit less ERS over the people from behind. Seems like Sir Charles has fallen back out of DRS range, using a little bit more ERS than the people in front trying to get back. So maybe down a little bit on pace this week compared to the front three. We'll see if he's able to get back up there. Maybe if the top three start to battle a little bit, they'll fall back on pace and maybe make themselves available for an attack from behind. We'll also see if Seagrass is able to attack Sir Charles, especially now that he's lost DRS contact to the top three.
Yep.
As we see Seagrass running to the back of Sir Charles.
That's not the contact you want there, Seagrass.
No, not exactly.
Well, that's just allowed Raikkonen to just slip on by and says, thank you very much, I'll take that place. And he's now into 5th. But yeah, no, Sir Charles, so 1.9 seconds behind. He's not going to be able to recover that, unfortunately. He needed to be in DRS range in order for him at least to keep up. And right now, he's not really there at this point.
Absolutely no. The only other thing that he could have going for him is maybe if FFR Raikkonen's tires start to fall off here, with FFR Raikkonen being on the soft tire. Who knows how long those tires will last before they start to fall off, as we see Remsley start to put the pressure on Rockstar here. As we see Rockstar start to put the pressure on Lion with the DRS. So he goes down the inside and takes the lead here.
Yep, and Lion loses 2 places in a span of a couple of quarters there, pretty much there. Lion now dropped down to 3rd.
Yeah, as this is really starting to turn into a DRS battle.
Yeah, Swerven's also in now, too. So probably Giggle's stop maybe was... Oh, wait, no. Why was I saying Giggle's stop was strategic? It's not. He's gone to left hard. No, swerving is tactical, obviously, because, well, yeah, he started on the soft tire.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And Raikkonen has actually now caught back up to this little train.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how long he's able to maintain this pace. But that is impressive that he was able to close this gap.
Yeah, let's Sector 3, that's Kaluka, that's spun. Segrist.
Oh, we had Kluka spin, huh?
Yeah, we did. Remsley goes through into the lead of the race. Camden Luca, meanwhile, down the inside of Segrist. Ooh, that's tight there between the two cars as they make their way out the exit of turn 3. I think Segrist will... No, they don't have DRS, but neither of them do. Sir Charles will come, and it's 3 wide into turn 4.
Absolutely, as Sir Charles gets through on Camden Luca as they go wheel to wheel there. It seems like Sir Charles is out of battery completely.
Charles, yeah.
He's got 13% on him.
Yeah, he is. He's really close to being out of battery, yeah. 13%. Wow, the Raikkonen all over the back of the top 3. Yellows.
As we give a
There's
crash.
Remsley! He spun! Oh no! He spun at the final corner. A virtual safety car has been deployed. He's caused some debris on the racetrack.
This is going to be the perfect opportunity for pit stops.
It could be. But
we'll see if this virtual safety car ends, though, before people are able to get around and box. Who's able to pit right now? Ben Swerven's able to pit. He elects to not come in. These are the hard runners. Yeah, because he's already boxed.
Yeah, he doesn't need to pit.
No,
everyone towards the front can box, but they're not near the pit lane.
That's correct. And we'll see when this VSC decides to end, though, because Remsley has pretty much got his car up and running. Luckily for Remsley, though, he's pretty much gotten away scot-free. I mean, he's in contact with the people around where he crashed, and the race is up and going.
Drive-through penalty for speed under the VSC.
Oh, no. That's a race-ending penalty for Rockstar.
Well, Remsley also has got no front wing. He needs to box for a new front wing.
He needs to box as soon as possible, and this will be pretty much, another 10 seconds to replace Remsley's wing.
Oh, quite unfortunate there for Remsley, our championship leader, into the pits.
And unfortunate for Rockstar as well.
Yeah.
With the race developing the way it has, who do you pick to win?
Well, this is definitely Lyon's race to win, I'd probably say. Unless Raikkonen has an answer to that. He is also a Grand Prix winner, won back in France. Can he try to win
Absolutely.
here as Kaluka, well, once again, a spun at turn 1. He does get the car going again as Raikkonen now moves up into second position ahead of Lyon. Actually, this could be well in favor for Raikkonen, because if he has to box again, he can go to the medium compound tire and to the end of the race from here.
Yes, absolutely. My question is, how did this actually play into Raikkonen's hands? How did he end up in such a high position?
I mean, even after getting involved in that incident with Whisper.
Yes,
he got the...
He was down in the bottom of the order. He just clawed his way back on the soft tire.
Yeah, took advantage of it, and yeah, he's in a position to probably take the race lead.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is definitely Raikkonen's race to lose. Because right now he's in a very good spot.
I mean, absolutely. If he could just manage the pace of the soft tire, considering these medium runners are probably going to come in, lap 16, lap 17, you would expect. If he could just manage the pace of that soft tire, box around the same time as the medium or hard runners, and take it to the end, it's really his race to win.
Oh, yeah. That's why I meant to say race to win. But, yeah. No, absolutely. No, Raikkonen, he's in the lead now. And Rockstar has got a service drive-through, which he's going to have to do now. And he does. Oof. Yeah, that's another thing I hate.
And that's pretty much Rockstar's race over right there.
Yeah, unless another safety car comes out.
Safety car comes out, yeah. So we are seeing Raikkonen in the lead of this race. I mean, Lyon's going to come in probably within the next lap or two. And I think that is where Raikkonen will have to really pay attention. Is the undercut from GTR Lyon is pretty much his biggest threat. at this point. Raikkonen has to be concerned with staying out too long.
Yeah.
I think that's his main concern at this point.
Yep. I would agree on that. Rizzi overtakes Camden Luca also for 5th. But, yeah, this is going to be interesting here, as Lyon does have battery as well. What he would need is clear air in order for him to basically be in a position to get a massive undercut and swerving into penalty, multiple warnings.
Yeah, so I can't really calculate. I guess I could go to leader here. So Raikkonen, if he were to come in, he'd come out. GTR Line would come out right ahead of Kluka. I mean, if you're GTR Line, you come in right now. You get the clear air right ahead of Kluka. That's what I would do. That way you're not sitting behind Raikkonen this whole time. Yeah. You could clock in some good laps on the hard.
Yeah, absolutely. But Raikkonen can also go in the pits the same time he can, and he'll be on a quicker tire.
Well, Raikkonen has to come. Well, Raikkonen, he probably has a fresh set of mediums, right? Because he used the hards. So you'd both be on the medium. Yeah. Oh, well, you're right, because he'd be on the medium, and Lyon's going to come out on the hard.
Yeah, and you'll be on fresh mediums.
Yeah.
Ramsey overtakes Severs there for 8th, as Giggle gets a penalty for multiple warnings, racking them up.
So you think that Lyon should almost extend as long as he can with Raikkonen? That way he'll have fresher tires to the end at this point?
Basically, yeah.
Rather than try an undercut here?
I mean, he could try to go for an undercut. I feel like...
But I see what you're saying, but whatever he does, Raikkonen could just do a lap later.
Yeah, exactly.
So either way...
I mean, if Lyon could just try to stick behind Raikkonen as best he can. Maybe wait till there's a window to go onto the soft tire.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Try to go long onto the soft.
Yeah.
That's a good plan, actually.
Bit sideways there from Cakes. A little bit of contact between him and Sir Charles as they make their way down towards turn 4. The Alfa Romeo has the inside line. That should be somewhat straightforward.
A little bit of contact there between FND Cakes and Sir Charles. Seem to get away clean, though, as see Rizzi's cutting it pretty close.
Right now it's 4/10 between the top two. And they're pretty much in a world of their own, it seems.
Yeah, that really seems to be the battle for the win. It's there between FFR Raikkonen and GTR Lion. Is the battle that has developed for the win. It seems like there has been a little bit of a crossover there between the medium and the soft. As we see GTR Line go down the inside of FFR Raikkonen for the lead down into turn 2, going down into down into turn 3, going down into turn 4 now.
Oh, hello. There's an incident, I believe, here. Rizzi and Sir Charles must have came together at turn 3, and they've lost some significant time as well to Luca and Camden Luca. Cakes, that's who I was going with. Yeah, turn 3. So yeah, they lost a fair chunk of time. They must have came together. There's his teammate as well right behind, who also has to make a stop, by the way.
It looked like Rizzi was going a little bit slow for a while there.
I
wonder if he suffered any damage.
Oh, I think he did, because he's going to pit lane. No one else is going with him, so he must have suffered damage.
And that's unfortunate for C. Rizzi.
Yeah, he did. I'll take a look and see real quick. No, it's just a genuine stop. He's going onto the medium tire. So. Right, okay. Aston Martin switched positions there. Rockstar overshoots the corner there. As now Sir Charles will just take the position back.
So of the medium and hard runners, we see 19 laps on these tires, and nobody really electing to want to come in and box on the medium or the hard tire. People electing to go a lot longer on these tires.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe it's all right to go on these tires for quite some time.
Yeah, and I wonder if the reasoning for that is that people are just trying to extend as long as possible and get onto that soft tire at the end here.
Banks is in, Luca's in, and so is Rockstar. Rockstar's back into pit lane.
Yeah, curious to see what tire these drivers come out on here.
Mediums?
Mediums, it looks like.
Yep, it's definitely mediums for everybody, it seems. Rockstar, though, is on the hards.
Yep. Hards for Rockstar.
Raikkonen also has the lead back. That must have happened at turn 3 when we weren't looking. So let's see what happens here. It's either going to be that they extend quite a bit more, or they're just going to, either one's going to come in, one's going to stay out and, do what one doesn't do. Well, here you go. Raikkonen's in. He's coming into pit lane. So he will go for an undercut. He'll probably go onto the medium compound tire, I'd imagine.
Be interested to see what compound Raikkonen goes on to here.
It is the mediums.
Now, Lion really needs to be concerned about this, as the undercut seems to be fairly powerful in this game.
Yeah, and in particular here at Austria. There goes Remsley, by the way. He's now into P2. But now Raikkonen is behind him with 1.5 seconds. And Raikkonen's got battery to play with too, so he can definitely put the hammer down as best he can and catch up to our race leader.
As we see Raikkonen start to use a lot of battery, he came out on 86%. He's used about 15% already. Lion electing to save a lot of his battery. I imagine that Lion's going to save a lot of his battery for his outlap. As he's going around again. He's extending.
Oh. Yeah, that's very interesting.
He's got to be going out on the soft. So I think that Lion has elected to realize that he's going to be significantly back when he boxes. And he's just going to come out on the soft and just try to make up as many places as possible.
Maybe, but he's going to be losing significant time. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's going to be down significantly by the time he elects to box here.
I think at the moment he would be behind Segrist, if I'm correct.
When he comes out, yeah.
Yeah, when he comes out of the pit lane.
If we're assuming, what, 20 seconds? I don't know exactly what it is here.
I believe it's 20 seconds. But yeah, he's losing time. Look at that. He's losing almost a second.
Look how much time he's losing, yeah.
He's just lost a second. Those tires are definitely...
In what, half a lap?
At least half a lap, yeah, or a quarter of a lap, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he needs to box.
He needs to box now.
Which is exactly what he's doing. What does he go on to is the question. Remsley is coming out of turn 8, and same with Raikkonen.
He was 3 miles an hour away from penalty, but that was perfect.
And it is
soft.
The red stripe tires, the soft tires. Right.
All right, so GTR Lion elects to come out on the soft tire. And with his car, only having 12 laps of fuel in it, the degradation on the soft should be a lot less than what everybody saw earlier in the race.
So he does come actually ahead of Seegers, not behind them. But he's going to be on very fresh tires, very fresh softs. He is going to be monsterly quick.
Absolutely. So he comes out 3 seconds behind Raikkonen. So we're able to see really the power of that undercut. So in only 2 laps, he lost significant time to not only Raikkonen but Remsley.
Yeah, definitely did. But I don't know if that's going to matter, though, because he's going to be trying to close up on those soft tires. And he needs to push as hard as he can. He needs to catch up to the top two. But yeah, Remsley, though, it's still funny. He was at the back at one point because he had front wing damage. He's now back into the race lead. What are those?
Yeah.
This race has really unfolded into something very weird.
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention, not only did that happen to Remsley, but that also happened to Raikkonen. Raikkonen was in the back as well, and now he's in the front as we see Raikkonen about to open up his DRS on Remsley going down into turn 4. I guess that really just goes to show the drivers with the pure pace here are able to make something out of nothing.
Also, what's interesting is that Line hasn't really gained much on Raikkonen. The gap right now is 2.7. He'll probably close up in the middle sector, but the problem is that because Raikkonen has DRS on Remsley, he's going to be in a bit of a back foot on the straights.
Absolutely, whereas GTR Lion is kind of just having to do this by himself on pure pace. My hope is that GTR Lion maybe just took a lap or two to get the tires fully warmed up, as we're starting to see the times come down a little bit now. And maybe with Raikkonen battling Remsley, that time will come down as we see Raikkonen start to make a move on Remsley going down into turn 3.
But
and they are jockeying for position.
Yep, and Remsley takes the position back. And it's 2.1 seconds separating between Lion and Remsley. 2.1 seconds separating between Remsley. God damn it. Lion and Raikkonen. That's what I was going with. Jesus Christ, I can't even say it. My English has been very poor tonight, it seems.
That's all right. It's one of those days.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you go on the sprints, I suppose.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't get disconnected back-to-back weeks.
And Lion has actually caught up. Look at that, 1.4 seconds is now the difference.
Sorry.
It says now the difference between the top two, but that's also because of these two fighting. And there you go, Raikkonen back into the race lead. But I know Remsley will try to fight him here. Probably to help his teammate in some aspect. Can't really do in this situation. In fact, he nearly lost at the exit of turn 3.
Absolutely, and Lion has really closed that gap down, but we'll see what he's able to do for the win. That'll be the key here. And does Remsley really have ambitions for the win, considering that he's on 13-lap-old hards, or is this fight truly just between Raikkonen and Lion?
Well, now Lion's in this battle now. It's now 8/10 is the margin. So now we're about to really fight again.
The thing is Raikkonen was really able to equalize this fight because he was actually at a real disadvantage on those softs. There was really much more of a lap differential between his softs and Lion's mediums. But now with Lion's softs and his mediums, there's really not much of a lap differential. As we see Lion able to get within the DRS of Remsley. And the fight is truly on now with 8 laps left to go.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's a three-way fight for the race win. Who's it going to be in this whole scrap here? It looks like will it be the Haas of Raikkonen or either Alpine of Remsley or Lion? We'll wait and see.
Absolutely. Now,
I think Remsley's going to let his teammate through.
I think so as well. Now, do you think that the softs were the right choice there, or do you think you would have strapped on the mediums?
I mean, really, no one really put a foot wrong in terms of what their strategy was. I mean, but look, Lion right now is in a very good position. I probably would say that the Sauce would be the best tire to be on at this sort of distance. But right
Yeah,
now,
just for that very short distance, especially considering how light his car was there at the end.
Yeah. 1.1 seconds. Raikkonen did use up a fair chunk of his battery, though, to try to pull away. As we say, Cakes overtakes Segrist there for 4th.
Yeah, and Lion may have cost himself a little bit of time trying to get past Remsley there, with Remsley letting his teammate by. So it seems like the time's starting to equalize a little bit now with Lion clean inside Raikkonen's DRS, 0.7 seconds behind, going into Sector 3 here. About to turn onto the main straight within half a second now, and it seems like Lion definitely has the clear pace advantage.
Absolutely. With 7 more laps to go as well. Can Raikkonen hold him off? I don't think this fight is not entirely over just yet, even if Lion does pass him. I don't think this battle's over.
Oh, absolutely not. That's the thing, especially with how strong the DRS is here. I think even if Lion gets by cleanly, FFR Raikkonen will be able to stay within Lion's DRS. Or if he is, I think, the fight won't be over. And then the other thing is, will GTR Lion Softs be able to hold on for another 6 laps?
Absolutely, I would agree with you on that. But yeah, it's now looking like back to a 2-way fight. It's not a 3-way fight no more. As Kluka sets the fastest lap with a 1:05.9. Unfortunately, though, won't be scoring that point considering he is outside the top 10.
Yeah, that is unfortunate there. Looks like he's about 3 seconds behind Ben Swerven there, who's on 19 lap Old Hart. So he might be able to catch up to Ben Swerven and get P10 off of him. Looks like Ben Swerven also has some penalties as well, so maybe the potential for points is on for Kluka tonight.
Well, so is this race lead for Lion here. He takes that back at turn 3. He's now back into the race lead. But does Raikkonen have an answer here? He's going to go up towards turn 4. Outside here, but Lion's got the better traction, better grip. Cannot find a way by.
Nope. They both leave each other plenty of space. Looks like plenty of respect on both sides there. They're able to fight cleanly, which is nice to see. As they go into turn 7, turn 8. High-speed section of the circuit there. Not a whole lot of passing, really, do you ever see through that portion of the circuit. Nor do you really ever see any into this portion as we go on to the main straight here. DRS should be open going into turn 1.
Yep, which it is. And right now, Raikkonen not close enough as we got 5 more laps to go. But
the key will be Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, goes for the move there. Sorry to interrupt you there, but yep, Raikkonen now takes back the lead on lap 32 of 36. Will Lion have a response to that, though, into turn 4. He's closing. He's going to go for the inside move into turn 4, and he takes the position back. Nice move.
And that was a very nice move there set by GTR Lion. So it seems like neither of these drivers are really able to pull away from the other. Both using the DRS effectively to remain within a second of the other driver and then utilizing it to pass the other driver on the straights effectively.
Absolutely.
So I think, honestly, in this situation, do you think that it might be just more effective to just remain in that second position until maybe the last lap or the second to last lap, and then just pretty much just use all your ERS to just try to get outside the other driver's DRS?
Well, I probably would wait until the final lap if I'm in second, and then go for it on the final lap, and then go for the lead. You're in a better spot to do that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a more copy-paste move if I've ever seen one. Raikkonen once again gave him a turn 3, but then Lion responds at turn 4, pretty much like it has been for the last couple laps.
Yeah, especially considering that the second place driver also gets to conserve more ERS. It might actually make sense to just sit back instead of just swapping positions constantly.
Yeah.
And just save.
Agree for that. And wait and see how that goes for Raikkonen if he wants to play that sort of tactic. He's got 3 more laps to go. We got 3 more laps to go in this race.
Yeah.
And yeah, right now it's 3/10 between the race leaders, and Raikkonen might look for a move here, and he does.
Looks like he's going to go around the outside this time.
Yeah, he did that. He did that last lap. The last couple laps, he's done that.
Yeah, very nice move there around the outside. Convincing move.
Yep, and I think Lion will follow that up. It's literally copy paste this sort of move. It's happened again almost. This time Lion going to the inside. Not the most conventional way of doing it, but he still gets through no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally copy paste.
So what it'll come down to is on lap 36, whoever decides to go defensive.
We'll see. We're gonna be up to 2 laps to go. No one can afford to put a foot wrong. No one can afford to get a penalty in this sort of situation.
No, that'll be race over pretty much. 3-second penalty at this point will be race over. GTR Lion has a little bit, significantly more battery than FFR Raikkonen, who's sitting on 20%. Meanwhile, GTR Lion sitting on 50%.
And once again, another copy-paste move. Raikkonen gets him around the outside into turn 3. Lion, though, does he go for it here? Yeah. Of course he does. Of course he does.
Goes for it again. Right up the inside again.
Yeah.
As both drivers are exhibiting excellent racecraft, they're both giving each other fair, ample amounts of room. They're both exhibiting fair amounts of respect for each driver. They're not going for any movement under braking or anything like that. So it's good to see that. As we have the caution into Sector 1.
That's Kluka.
Looks like an incident. Yep.
Yeah, he's spun at
involving Kluka.
And he will be out of the points because of that as well. All right, well, here we go. Final lap of the race. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Lion or is it going to be Raikkonen? As Lion is leading the way, as Raikkonen will have DRS heading down towards turn 3.
Looks like Lion is using a lot of his battery this time. Likes to get off the battery, but he's going wheel to wheel with FFR Raikkonen going into turn 2 this time. And he gets DRS coming out of turn 2, so that'll definitely negate FFR Raikkonen's ability to attack going into turn 4. So this is pretty much GTR Lion's race to lose at this point. FFR Raikkonen is pretty much all out of battery, sitting on 8% at this point.
Yeah, I probably would say too. That's that line, the way he got DRS was because he was behind Raikkonen going in the detection zone. So that was crucial. That was played very smart by Lion as well. And he's all good. It's all good. Lion crosses the line. He finally takes the win here in Golden Class. Raikkonen takes second, and Remsley will take third. Another strong finish by the Alpine team. Cakes fourth. Camden Luca fifth, then Segrist in sixth, followed by... Oh, hello. Has Rizzy run out of fuel? No, he's just lost spots, I guess. He just finishes in eighth. Rockstar seventh. Sir Charles ninth. Luca will finish actually in 10th. So Ben Swerving made a mistake, as we could see, as he's facing backwards at the turn 3.
I think he might have ran out of fuel.
No, no one's out of fuel.
Oh, okay, no, you're good. You're good. You're right.
Yeah, you would have the solid red icon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lion finally gets the win. I bet he's finally he was relieved for that now. But won the sprint and won the main race. Won the entire weekend.
Excellent win by GTR Lion there. Very convincing tactic played with the DRS at the very end there to allow FFR Raikkonen to be ahead at the detection point. I don't know if it was intentional or if it was just played out that way because he was using battery on the straight. But it did work out. And it was a convincing win. If you want, I can hold my speaker up to the phone from the comms don't join Discord.
Yeah.
Just so that the interviews will play into the mic.
Sure. Yep. But there we are. There's your race winner. Lion finally gets the victory. It's been long. It's been tedious, but he finally did it here in Austria. Yeah, Raikkonen settling for P2. Definitely will be satisfied with the results. And yeah, teammates, Alliance teammates, Remsley finishing third. Another strong finish for Alpine to extend their lead in the Constructors' Championship. Yep, and there's your results from the weekend. Lion gets 33 points out of it all. Raikkonen second, Remsley third, followed by Camden, Luca, Cakes, Rockstar, Segrist, Brizzy, Whisper, Sir Charles Kaluka, and Ben Swerving. And there are your results as well from the main race there. Yeah, I'll go and join the comms doing join in a second. Alright. See if it works. There we go. Now it's worked. Now in the comms don't join. I think we'll wait on checking if he wants to join us. I don't know why I thought he would have joined us by now. Alright. Well, I guess while we wait for the others, we do have, though, our race winner, GTR Lion, in the commentary box, if you can hear me real quickly. Yep, I can hear you just fine. So, finally, you got your first race win of the season. Been a while. I mean, you didn't just win the main race. You won the sprint and pretty much the entire weekend at Austria. Big congratulations to you. Can you repeat that one more? Sorry, my headset died when that happened. Can you repeat what he said? I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, absolute. Sorry, go ahead. Checking. No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mhm. Oh well. I mean, that's it still was calculated very good, even if it wasn't intentional. But still, that was uh, very good job by doing that. Very smart, at least. Mm. Oh, righto. Mhm. Right. But yeah, no, that's yeah, no, very strategic, but in a way. But I guess one more question. Well, let's see. Where do we go to next after this? Hang on, just on that question. Next, we head to Barcelona. How do you think you'll fare at Spain? Yep. Yep. Okay. Hmm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Fair enough. But well, congratulations though on your race win. And yeah, we'll wish you luck for next week at Spain. So yeah, yeah, no worries. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's a relief for sure. All right. Yeah, let's move on to our next podium sitter, Raikkonen, if he can hear us. Yeah, congratulations on P2. I know you probably would have liked more than that, obviously, for a race win, but you had some ups and downs in that race. First of all, that contact between you and Whisper was a bit unlucky, but then you managed to claw your way back and got your way back towards the front. What was your mind process after all that? After that little incident you had with Whisper. Hmm. Yep. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Anything you want to add on, checking? Hmm. Fair enough. If it's no rain. Uh, yeah, I don't blame you on that. seeing enough rain already in the last few races I've raced too. But yeah. But yeah. Sorry, no, go ahead. Yeah, pretty much. But how do you think you'll fare next week at Barcelona? That's fair enough. Well, congratulations on P2, and yeah, we'll look forward to see how you do either tomorrow or if not, we'll see you next week. No problem. Yeah, I think that'll wrap it up, I suppose. Not a bad race, I probably would agree there, checking. Had some interesting moments, but yeah, that wasn't bad overall. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been that long. I'm almost starting to fall asleep. But no, it was good. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for almost 2 hours now. Feels like. But anyway, no worries. Anytime. Anyway, from myself, K957, alongside with checking. Thank you so much for watching the Golden Class. We'll see you next week at Barcelona, at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Take care.